Hey guys, it's Christy in Calgary, and today we're shopping at the real Canadian Superstore. We're going to see how far $50 can take us in buying basic food items. Come with me.
Okay, hold on. Just want to take a second here and point out this guy in the background, that's not the last you're going to see of him. And I just want to say, as a YouTuber, the worst thing that can happen is when security gets called onto the scene. Back to the shopping.
All right, we're on our way to the Canadian Superstore, and this is a national Canadian chain, which you are going to find pretty much anywhere at any Canadian city or even town, quite frankly. So it has got everything you need. It's a department store. You've got your groceries, you've got your beauty, you've got your pharmacy, you've got your clothes. But we're just going to focus in on the grocery shopping today, because if we didn't, this would be a 4-hour long video. Okay, so we're just at the entrance of the store, and you'll notice this with most Canadian superstores and grocery stores in general. The front entrance has a whole grocery section, which is huge, and it goes to the far back and has so many different options and choices. So make sure that you get your trolley in the beginning, your cart. Make sure you have $1 available because you need a deposit to actually get a hold of the cart. Between Morgan and I, we only had like $1.25. So we weren't able to get one, so we're just keeping it very real today. So we're one of my favorite sections because if you have a toddler like me, they eat so many fruits, and they have little fruits which are berries. And my favorites are strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and then they have organic versions of it up here at the Superstore. You're gonna see really makes a difference what season you're in, because we're in springtime/winter. It's actually quite expensive for these berries right now. But I'm definitely going to pick some up for my baby girl. So we have the basic food item number 1, which is bananas. And I have to get a bunch of these for my baby girl. You'll see it's 79 cents a pound for the non-organic. And right next door, you have the organic, which is 99 cents a pound. And you'll see this quite often in stores, the organic next to the non-organic, and you can kind of decide on the price point that you want. But that's food item number 1. All right, so one of my favorite little options over here you see at the stores are the herbs and spices. And because it's Calgary and it's a little climate, you can't always get fresh spices unless you're getting it from somewhere else. So they're always like nicely packaged. These ones are fresh. We just have some rosemary home right now. It's delicious. But these guys actually last a little bit longer. They're not as fresh. They've been made into a little paste, but they are nice options. A little bit of spice for a meal, and then you're like, I don't want to throw out an entire bunch. That's an option that you can go for over here. How much are they? It's $2.40 for the oregano, and then the parsley, which is in this little container, it's $4.99. That's basil. This is the parsley. Well, it's pretty expensive, I'm gonna be honest, versus if you were to get a fresh one and cut it up, in my opinion. That's just me. I think you can cut it up a little and you'll be okay. Sorry to bash the prices. I'm gonna think I'm like a total nerd when it comes to basil, and the truth is I am deeply a nerd. These ones are $5 for a potted basil. And you know, like, these to take these guys home, and you can grow them on a windowsill because Calgary is sunny. This is totally worth it. If I were to choose between the chopped up basil and the fresh one, get this guy instead. So the only cheeses I see right now, and I swear, because of COVID and everything else in the world happening, prices of items have gone up so much. Like, this is like the best priced cheese I can see. And it's about the cheddar. It's 500 grams at $11.75. And I'm sure it's decent, but yeah, it's about $11.75 for this volume. It's about the best that I can find. Here it is. Okay, this is what we were actually looking for, which was like regular cheese block. We were in the specialty section. Now I feel bad. those weren't overpriced cheeses. They were just expensive cheeses. The regular people cheeses were over here. And you can see they're pretty big, the blocks. The no-name brands, the Armstrongs, that's like your basic brands. And for like 500, is this 500 grams? No, I feel like 700 grams, quite large. $9.69. Not the best price out there, but very comparable and decent to what you'll find. It's the Armstrong one. Actually, this Armstrong one's probably the better deal. It's a little less grams, but I'm probably gonna grab that. What you didn't just see was me flailing cheese. Morgan kindly edited that out. We're gonna grab the cheese here. This is the winner. Armstrong, Old Cheddar, Old Fort. Old Fort is strong in French, if you don't know. All right, guys. So we have here all the different chicken varieties. You have grain-fed and minced chicken at $8. You have sour and boneless and skinless chicken breast at $12. And then you have some drumsticks, which are $7.60 per view. And then you see here are the smaller sizes, but then the bigger family sizes are over here. We're still seeing yellow so, which is for like $33. And you can really choose exactly the piece of chicken that you want and how much it will cost. Me personally, because I'm always like thinking budget-wise, I do a skinless, boneless chicken thigh. And that is what I usually go for. Actually, a small amount. I think the smallest I can see is this thigh. It's about $18.31. Okay, so this section is a grocery. But it's one of my favorite sections to look at. And it's the cute little decor option. Which you'd think it's a grocery store, how cute could it be? But it's actually super cute. Look at these bowls, look at these nerves. What I would do is, when I was looking for a good deal, I look for when it's on sale. Man, so I get distracted and I come in here with my husband and he's like, what do we need to get? And I'm like, oh, all the stuff. But then I want to look at the decor as well. That's some pretty decent prices compared to like your Winners or your Firm Sense. Comparable style, comparable price, but just in your grocery store. Eggs. I go through so many eggs as a little girl. And this here is probably one of the best prices that I've seen for eggs. It's $8.49 for 30 eggs. Now, I know these eggs and these chickens are probably not free run, but if you are trying to understand price points, this is about as good as it's going to get for 30 eggs. We'll take a look at some of the other ones. You'll see what I mean. We'll take a peek here. So, for instance, here, $5.69 for a free range egg. So the hens are free on the range, the large brown ones. That's decent still, even for like a specialty egg. And then here you have the 18 size one for $6.39. So that's a bit of a better deal than the other one. Then again, not free range eggs. And then your regular 12 egg, white egg, large size, $3.48. So you can understand why the 30 pack, super pack one is actually pretty good. And if I take a look here, free run eggs, $5.69. Actually very good. I might grab that. And then like more free-range here, the white eggs with golden D, so like extra vitamin D and E in there for $8.09. Actually very good too. This is actually pretty decent. These are the ones I usually get. They are in groups of 2, $4.69 or $5.59 each. Do I get 2 dozen eggs? That is the question. I'm not sure. It's a lot of eggs. We do both for a lot of eggs, so it's quite the conundrum. But then you get a sense of the price points. Okay. So in South Africa, we have way less selection of milk. Where I came from in the Western Cape, we used to have bags of milk that were delivered. Had a milkman. Sounds like country bumpkin days. But here in Canada, you have a wall of milk options. You have the 3.25, which is actually what they recommend for babies. And then you have the 2%, the partially skimmed. And then you have the 1% partially skimmed, which is what my husband and I, he slowly got me into it. So now I drink it. Now when I drink regular milk, it tastes weird. So now we drink skim milk. And then you have like all the different whipping creams, 35%, half and half of 10% for your coffee, the table cream. And then you have like the ones that are just individually used, just swear they never expire, but you should always double check that they're okay. Lactose free. Fairlife, which I think is like the specialty brand here at Superstore. But there are so many different options of milk. It can be overwhelming. So I would honestly say if you're South African or you're from somewhere else, just like start with your 2%. Keep you safe. It's comfortable. Probably tried it. And yeah, lots of different sizes. And for coffee mate. This is so much stuff, guys. So much stuff. So much milk. Okay, we are in the international section, and that is full of quite a bit of Asian and Indian inspired food. Which, growing up in South Africa, it was like one type of rice. I think Fantastic. I have to double check the brand. I'm totally forgetting the brand right now. But you'll see here, there's every type of rice you could ever imagine. And it sounds ridiculous that rice can be different, but my husband's Asian, and I was introduced to Japanese rice, and now I'm never turning back. Rice makes a difference, and getting it from different places, yeah, it's a rant. But yes, rice makes a difference, and the international section here is filled with lovely, spicy chutney sauces. Yeah, but all these great spices. Well, I've used this one before. It was very good. And then coconut oil, which is really popular. And you'll notice much less expensive in this aisle compared to like the fancy brand ones. Okay, we're still in the international section. And we have the matcha latte. I don't know if matcha lattes are a thing in South Africa. Let me know in the comment section. But if they are not, they should be, because they are delicious. And these are actually really great. I usually get these from the international store. Like, we actually go to an international store. But this is just in the international section, which is really nice. But they have this over here. So, you actually don't have to go to a South African store to get your Milo. They have some right here. I know growing up, this is what we had. I swear they still have the same soccer player on the top of the brand here that they had when I was a kid. But yeah, Milo, you can get it right here in the Canadian Superstore. So for the sake of this experiment and going through basic prices, I'm going to go and choose this rice for $5.79. We're going to add it to our total. I'm not going to buy it because, like I said before, my husband's very particular about the rice that we have. I don't see the brand that he likes here. And there's no point in buying rice that we're just not going to eat. So we'll add that later through science and magic and filmmaking. We're in the pasta section. And again, there's just a wall on options. And then so much to choose from: spaghettini, fettuccine, macaroni, fusilli. It's just so much, and there's like different levels. So you can go from anything like the cheapest for like $2 for a box to like more premium. It goes up to $4 and above. But I mean, like if you're looking for baseline price, the Catalini one will be that. And if you were to get this one, $4 each. Cheap. That's a bit more. I'm going to switch brands because I feel like this one for $2.29 is pretty decent. So I will take this one home for my husband because this is the one he likes. You've just seen the entire wall of carbs and breads, and there's so many different options and varieties. It's actually pretty amazing. But if you are just looking for a basic whole wheat bread, pretty good prices. $1.69, pretty substantial basic bread, which will do well. But there are so many options here. You have gluten-free, you have tortillas, you have naan, you have specialities for Easter, all these different options. So I would say, yeah, they do a pretty good job with breads out here. So I'm getting really hot and sweaty because we've been carrying this around because we didn't have enough money for a trolley cart. And now I'm dying. Hi, before we... Okay, one little pro tip I'll give you. The stores here are built with pharmacies inside. So what you can do is, if you have a prescription, you just drop it off at the start of your shopping experience, and then they'll fill it up for you and get it at the end. It's a really convenient thing to do. They have women's clothing, they have men's clothing, they have children's clothing. And that's the thing that I wanted to point out to you. Ons verskriklike oude klere wat hulle hier so het. Vir klein kinders. En is nie duur nie, wat lekker is. So come on, we'll take a look at the children's clothing. See if I can score any deals. All right, I just wanted to add this little random tidbit because this is pretty unique to a real Canadian Superstore anywhere. Here in Calgary, this is in a downtown location in the East Village. And one of the things that's nice about that is that we have these natural lights and windows that are coming in. So you can see sunlight, but then you also have these beautiful views. So this is the National Music Center that's there. And then the Calgary Public Library, which is one of the most beautiful libraries in the world. It's actually won architectural awards. And then we're also just a stone's throw away from the river, which is really gorgeous as well. And that's another video for another day. But it's kind of nice just to be shopping and you get to see a really cool inner city vibe. Okay, here's a wall of chocolate. And there's so many different options. But because you can't find this one everywhere, there is Reese's Thin Cups, which doesn't really help you because you probably eat all of them anyway. But because they're thinner, you actually have the option to eat just a few, and they're not as terrible as eating the full amount. If you've never had a Reese's Cup and you put peanut butter and chocolate, we're missing out. We are finally at peanut butter, and there is a bowl of options available for you to choose. My personal favorite is the crunchy. Actually, wait. Is this my one? Obviously, my brand dedication is not that strong. But this is decent. This is an all-natural crunchy one, which is good for toddlers. And it's about $4.77 for two. Oh, so 4%. Take it back. It's $4.77, which is pretty decent. Not the best price I've ever seen, but $4.77 for an all-natural peanut butter that doesn't have any fillers in it is pretty good. We'll take this one. Christy's wishing that she brought $1 for the cart right now. That's a pretty dying if you're asking. Okay, we film again. I'm taking the coat off because I am dying here of heat. I tried to look pretty for you guys, and now I'm questioning. Okay, start the process here. The most important item. Okay. Little pro tip on this one. You're going to be paying a recycling fee on any bottled item. Just be aware of that. The price that you see on the receipt is not the price you saw on the tag. This is the total right now, when the rice was another $6. So if we add $6 to that, that's $42.05. I still have a few more items I'm going to be adding to here, which are not basic food items, but about $42 if for basic food items. I'm surprised we actually made it under $50. Let's see what $50 gets us. For strawberries. Ooh, pretty dangerous close. Tip this over. It's the fresh berries.
So, in final conclusion, we were able to get the following items for approximately $50 Canadian.
Okay, we have already left the store, but I totally forgot about this. This is the flash food section. And this is where you can actually get discounted food, which is close to expiry, which is fantastic because they get rid of the foods that are expiring quickly and you get it at a really great price.
Oh, did you think I forgot about the security situation? Not at all. I was standing there at the escalator when security comes along and starts asking questions. And as I'm going up the escalator, Adrian, the security guard, is getting really interested in my videos. So much so, he starts playing them in the background. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's absolutely gonna ask us to leave. He's trying to psych me out. But it turns out Adrian is a fellow YouTuber. And he was really interested in my channel, and he ended up being my 100th subscriber. Thank you, Adrian. And that is my little bit of a mention that you should subscribe and support this channel. I update every Wednesday, and I would love it if you would support and hit that subscribe button. And I also want to say thank you to Morgan. Oh my gosh, she was the wonderful friend and fellow content creator who helped make this video happen by doing the videography, and also the one who didn't have $1 around for me to get a cart.